Hi, happy Thanksgiving. Yay. It's wild to me to be saying this yet again for the fourth year in a row. It's December. Gonna be December soon. Gonna be December in a couple of days. Don't worry. The December workouts will be to you before then. They'll be going up slowly tonight, and then tomorrow emails will go out when they're ready as per usual. Sorry, we had a sleepover last night and no one slept at all in the house. It was not intended. It was a byproduct. So if you hear funny noises in the background, we're still feeling the aftershocks. Anyway, so first of all, before I go any further, I want to say thank you on this day of, as Coach Amy likes to call it, the day of colonizer BS, which is totally fair. Totally fair. Whatever you celebrate, however you celebrate, I know that it is one day per year that it is suggested we just take a moment and take a breath to be grateful. Should we do it more? Absolutely. Do we? I don't know. Try sometimes. But one thing I am, the day I should be grateful and showing gratitude, I want to make sure that you guys do feel seen and loved and valued, because as a small, completely woman-owned business, I would not be here now still with the doors open if it wasn't for you. Most running companies got completely crushed during the pandemic, even though here where we say it's not about the racing. We race when we want to. It's not the reason we get out the door. Fact of the matter is, when races weren't happening there for about 2 years, a lot of people just stopped altogether. And that's hard. And it's hard to have a value proposition like this when people are like, I am overwhelmed and I don't know what to do. And that's fair. It does feel like we're coming out of that and into RSV and really nasty flu season. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I've been sick literally for a month. It has been one thing after another. And my husband has had this low, I mean, he's finally better now. I'm finally better now. But he's had this low grade infection for 2-3 weeks and is still coughing things out. It's just not been real pleasant. So at a time when I feel like, okay, things are coming together, my body's coming together, yay, maybe next year, boom, I am taken out completely for a month of illness. And that's kind of the fun part about this time of year, right? It can feel like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's dark. The days are shorter. It's cold. It's really cold. It's wet in the mornings. There's a lot that can be standing between you and a workout. And in spite of that, if you are still here and you're still engaged and you're still, paying to keep our lights on, quite literally, I cannot begin to tell you how grateful I am to have even one person watching me do this live on Sunday nights, 4 years after we opened our doors. It's kind of crazy. So love y'all. Thank you. The thing I want to talk about today, since we don't have any questions, is because I'm getting this from several people. Spoke with Amy Wilson today. She went out for a short run, her first in a while, and it is hard. First, I want to validate you. Like, everything is easy when you're fit. I know you've heard me say this a million times, but it's so true. Everything is easy when you're fit. When you're coming back to a place of fitness, everything is harder than you remember it being. Everything's harder than you want it to be, and that can be really, really daunting. So I hate to say adjust your expectations, but you got to do that. So when I, for example, went out the other day, I finally felt good enough and the weather was good and it was supposed to snow last night and the other day being yesterday. The other day, by the way, is any day other than today, just so you know, it's Southern lingo. I put on my shoes and I went out, and I wish I could tell you it was a brilliant run. It wasn't. It was not at all. I was out for an hour and 6 minutes, and exactly 6 minutes of that hour was running, jogging even. Again, my lungs were burning and things were hurting because, I'm surprised they're not covered with scar tissue after the past month of coughing. But I did it, and I got out and I moved. And I did what I wanted to do. And I didn't go harder than I needed to go. And I stopped when I wanted to, and I started again when I wanted to. And that's easy to do in the middle of the day in the sun. Sorry. It's a charmed life I live. And I know that's not available to everyone. But think about it. If it could be available to you, obviously not in Arizona, run in the middle of the day, any time of years, I'm going to guess is probably not a good idea. Florida too. But why not try to go for at least a walk at lunch or a walk jog? The good thing about it, after this, I didn't need a shower. I wasn't sweating. I came back home. I wiped down and I got right back into whatever I was doing. So maybe if you could just get out and on your feet for 30 minutes, it's better than nothing. You could do a little bit of jogging if you're out for 30 minutes. If you follow the MK method, so if I had an hour and 6 minutes, 6 minutes was jogging, go out for 30 minutes and then let yourself do 6 minutes of jogging. If you can do all 6 minutes together, brag about it. Tell me about it. Let's go. But like, it's hard, and it's a hard time of year to get started. But if anything that we do now, we are laying the pipe for what we will hopefully be able to do come spring, because come spring it'll be a very different ball game if we're able to be consistent now. And I know not being where you want to be is really frustrating. Walking doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun, especially when it's cold, but walking does turn into running. If you have the option to do this indoors on a treadmill, do it. By all means, do it. Even walking on a treadmill will turn into jogging on a treadmill. I promise. When your muscles start to reactivate, those neural pathways don't go away, right? It's that neuromuscular connection that you make between the action and the brain. It's the reason we do silly toes, where we won't do everything with silly toes. Your body's going to go back into that rhythm of, oh, I know what's about to happen. And it's like a singing sensation in your central nervous system. And there's something really cool about that that never goes away. I still get that feeling when I do silly toes, even though my body is not going to be performing the way it used to do in the past. Silly toes. It's going to be the same action, not exactly the same output, but that singing sensation in your muscles is what brings me back to this over and over and over again. It's the thing that I miss when I'm sitting on my bed all day watching a whole new spinoff of the British baking show that I did not know existed, the American Baking Show, which is on Amazon Prime and Vudu if you have access to that, or Roku rather. When I've been sitting around all day, my muscles kind of want to move. Even after a month of not wanting to do anything because I was so sick, one of the first things I wanted to do was move. If I can't run, I'm going to walk. And if you can sort of put your mind in that place, then that walking is going to turn into running, and you're going to feel that sensation in your central nervous system faster than you might expect. It is always easy to stop. It is harder to get back started again. But I promise you, if you don't make this harder on yourself, if you don't punish yourself, if you can stay out of the place of, well, I feel bad because I haven't been running, and instead celebrate the fact like, hey, I made good decisions. I took a whole month off to take care of my body. I did the thing everything in my life tells me not to do. I quit. I sat. I breathed. I took it easy. Like, there is literally nothing in your life other than me, more than likely, saying, hey, do less. It's more. You'll get more out of whatever you do if you do less now. And there's truth to that, right? So give yourself a break. If you've been not doing the running for a while, great. There's probably a reason. I'm not going to shame you for it. I don't want you shaming yourself. If you're ready to get started again, you know where to be. You know where to meet us. You know where to find me. If you need a little bit more than that, this year, I am opening up some spots for private coaching, one-on-one coaching. Not very many, but Fitness Protection could use the revenues right now. So if you got a little extra in your pocket and some really big goals and you'd like to talk to me about private coaching, or you need just a little bit extra than what we provide at Fitness Protection with the group and the self-motivated setting, cool. Reach out to me. Let me know. We can work something out. Private coaching is an option. It's not the sort of thing yes, I understand I started Fitness Protection with the idea that not everyone needed a private coach. But you know what? Sometimes you do. Sometimes when you're coming back into a place of fitness, it's harder than you expect. You need more support than when you're in a place of fitness trying to reach a goal. Again, something else I've learned the hard way. Not pushing it on anyone. I don't even think I'm going to be putting it on the website. I'm not sure I'm going to be sending out an email. Just going to put it out in the universe. If that's something that you want is a little more me, yay. I know I could use a little more you. That is going to be possible in 2023. Cool. If you're wherever you are in your fitness journey, I promise you are by no means by any stretch of the imagination behind. I hope this is the week you're able to get back out and enjoy your body again. And if not, there's always next week. In between, there's office hours. They're free. You paid for them. It's part of what you get here at Fitness Protection. Click the link, sign up, come see me. And let me remind you how much you are loved, because you are coached and loved and winning at life. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm grateful for you. Have a wonderful week.